I've always been into music myself, and I've always, I guess, kind of gravitated towards the DJ culture. I started volunteering at WHBK for my mother's friend's show. At the time, they would call it a record girl. So he would pull the records, and I'd have to be responsible to put them back in the jackets and put them back in the library after he played them for his shows. So I did that when I was like 12 or 13 years old. I was always kind of attracted to the
Wow.
the playing of music. So when I met Steve, I had the biggest crush on Steve. I just really did. We went to Loop Junior College together. We struck up a friendship and we would sit and we would talk. Steve had this real crazy sense of humor. He would just sit up and just, you know, rattle off his own words to popular songs, right? It was a Prince song. Remember Prince Controversy?
Controversy.
So Steve had his own version, and it was called Contraceptives. Contraceptives. And of course, me having a crush, and everything he did was cute to me. So I'm just laughing and giggling, and our conversations were always revolved or involved with music of some sort or another. And Steve
Mm.
would always talk about hot mixing. And he was talking about hot mixing and everything. And I was like, well, what is hot mixing? What is that? And he proceeded to tell me what it was, broke it down.
To have a tight blend, to have everything even, to sound musical, when you're not mixing vocals on top of vocals, you finding a place where one record goes with another and it feels right.
It's the art of blending or the craft of blending two records together simultaneously with two turntables and a mixer. Now I am associating that with disc jockeys, on air disc jockeys. There was one woman in specific, her name was Mary D, and she was one of the first on air personalities too. And oh my God, I was so intrigued by Mary D. I thought that she was everything. So
Mm.
I started associating what Steve was telling me about playing music, and I asked him, and I said, "Well, where are the girls at that do this?" Well, there really aren't any,
Mm.
and I guess the myth at that time was that women couldn't do it.
Mm.
We did not supposedly have the hand-eye coordination. Then I wanted to learn. But he also told me that he knew that that wasn't true because he had a younger sister. And his younger sister, he had taught how to mix. So he was like, so that's not true. By that time, I had fully recognized that there were a lot of guys in my neighborhood that had taken to the craft. A lot of those guys collectively started teaching me along with Steve, started teaching me actually how to mix. But eventually I fell in love with the craft.